like ocean waves or something.
Hello and welcome to the tavern. We're going to talk tonight with Dan the Man. And joining us, the Professor. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you for joining us tonight. Tonight in Tavern 53, we're going to talk about, which we've talked about before, but we'll talk about it again because we can. Shopping. Are you an online shopper or do you want to go to the store and fight the crowds and get that special 10% off deal at Kmart? Because as Rain Man said, Kmart sucks. Dan the Man, what do you do?
I know it's going to sound a little bit cheesy, but I think it depends on what you're buying. There's obviously some cool stuff online that you can't find around. So, I think it's okay to buy that online because you can't get it here. But I also find that when too many people during COVID and that bought stuff online, and then when it all cleared up, it said, why are all these stores in the mall closed? So I think, people buy too much stuff online. It creates less jobs for people in malls when you want to go for the mall at Christmas and grab a coffee and walk around the mall and everything's closed because everyone shopped online. I think at that point, that's a bad thing.
Yeah. I remember going with that, following with what you're saying there. I remember back in the late 80s, everybody running over to Gibraltar Trade Center to go and buy a loaf of bread and a stick of butter and hurry back home. And you had all these stores here that were selling that, and they couldn't get it here. Nobody was buying it here because it was so darn cheap over there. You can go and get the bread for 12 cents, a stick of butter for 5 cents, where you were paying $1.50 and $2 over here for the same thing. It was just, it made, again, people were just shopping where the deals were.
Gibraltar was great for many things. We were there all the time.
Yeah, when I think, Professor, when I think of Gibraltar, one time as a young kid driving over there, remember one time we went in there and, it's really busy. And it happened to be the gun and knife show. So as a kid from Windsor who's like 16, barely drives, walks in there and everyone's strapped up buying guns and Rambo case. It was a little bit intimidating, but on the other side, went there a few times for the baseball hockey card kind of trade show there where it was really kind of cool. So that was a good experience.
Yeah, I loved walking around that place. I remember seeing the guns and knives and just sort of, I was too young, but I look at it and be like, wow, someday that looks cool. But I remember going through the area where they'd sell vinyl albums, and they had a lot of really cool stuff there, some vintage things, and also Pace, if you remember that store.
Yeah, I have a great story. Probably about 4 or 5 months ago, I was over at my mom's house, and I said, "Oh yeah, Mom, I'm gonna go home and make some muffins." And I said, "Do you have any like the muffin, kind of container things?" And she goes, "Yeah, I think I have some." She opened her cupboard, and no word of a lie, she gave me a muffin thing, like had the muffin things, and it said Pace Warehouse on it. And I was like, "Oh my God, these things are probably 40 years old." And that was like the original Costco. And that was the right off 75, right off at what is it, Taylor, Michigan. It was in Taylor, Michigan, so it was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the only reason I got there is because my parents took me there because they were right into it too, and I was glad they went because it was an opportunity to see something different, something you don't see around here. But
go ahead, Sean.
Shopping brick and mortar for certain things anyway, especially clothing, I find it's necessary to do it in person because you might have to try things on, and I've watched my wife order stuff online like Temu and other places, and constantly returning things all the time because they don't fit or they don't feel right or look right. So
100%. I remember somewhat like I think a year or so ago, was at a store and it was the same like company or same brand jeans, and the sizes of the, like, say bootleg or tight fit, it was the same size, but they were both totally different.
Exactly. Yeah.
You need to try stuff on, I believe, when it's closed.
Absolutely. But I agree, though. Like with online, I do like to do a little bit of online, but it's for very specialty stuff that I don't have to worry about fitting to my body or anything, or maybe something electronic or a gadget of some kind is good online.
Just a little hint, like I know from experience, don't buy anything online when you're under the influence of medication and you don't know where you're at, because next thing you know, you got, where the hell did this come from? I didn't order a helicopter, but here it is. So you gotta build your own little helicopter. So you gotta be careful when you're doing that.
There's many stories of seniors sitting at home with their credit card in hand and see the commercials, order this jewelry, and then when their kids go to check on them, there's like 15 packages size of costume jewelry and cat trees, and they don't even have a cat, and dog hoses, don't have a dog.
Yeah.
Our good friend here, Jay Traminger, is saying Asian underwear run too big on me. So I don't know if he's bonsai or. But, that's a little. Give him a shout out. A shout out to JT there and his.
Jay.
His fan club there. He does a nice little dance in pink leotards, but we won't talk about that.
That's going to be talked at the 11 o'clock show.
Yes, PG-13.
The late night show.
Yes. Yeah, Wayne, we were just talking about not only Gibraltar, we're talking about Pace, the store down south there.
Yeah.
So again, there's some fun things about going somewhere in person.
For sure.
You cannot have that kind of experience online.
But as this, sorry, Professor, but as I usually do on this site, a lot of confessions. Here in the confession room, I will tell you that I don't order, but I'll have my wife or kids order me something, and I will admit that when I pull up to the driveway and there's a package on the front porch, like I'm back to being 9 years old and it's Christmas time.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to open that package. And it is pretty exciting to get I don't care. It could be some vitamins. It could be a Temu shirt. Like Sean said, like anything. I feel like, holy cow, this is the greatest day ever. So then when I sit on the couch watching TV, I want to order something else. Like, I'd like to order a pepper grinder. Yeah, you can just go over the dollar store and buy a pepper. Oh, no, I want it delivered to me. So when I get home, there's a Christmas package on my porch in July.
Well, question has come from one of our guests. Does the professor have any knowledge to share tonight?
Oh, gosh. That's a good one. How about this? Let me get back to me next week. I'm going to take a few days to do some field studies and some research on what to tell you, and then I'll get back.
Yeah, that's good.
So my question, they want stuff in the rabbit hole or outside the rabbit hole? Because I know you can deliver both.
Well, here we go with this one. This was a gift that was delivered to me. My first tree ornament of the season, can of Spam. Spam, and that was given to me by the April Heather.
It worked out pretty epic because she wanted me to bring it to work. And when I went to the office, the professor was hard at work. So he had the time to come out and see me.
That's funny. That's funny.
Hey, I'm just telling you what I witnessed. I cannot say a lie. He was hard at work. I waved him to the counter. He wouldn't come right away because, again, he was hard at work. When he found the time to come and see me, he told me, actually, Wayne, you were actually on break.
Yeah.
Once in a while. And
once in a while.
And I'll tell you, when I go on break, the rest of the place just doesn't run smooth.
Sean was doing the job of like 3 people back there. Like he was
I
hard at work, and so I gave him the ornament, and it was good timing. So, so it was good timing. So when you came back from your 45-minute half-hour break, you could see the gift. So it worked out perfect.
So this is coming in. I'm being told that he tried to take the credit for it. I'm sure. Well, I think it was more the professor who tried to take the credit for it. He said, "Look what I got for you."
Absolutely. I didn't try to tell you where it came from, did I?
No.
No.
He said, "You'll enjoy when you see it."
That's right.
And
Well, Wayne, I trust the professor. As you know, I trust the professor. Known him a long time. But professor, let me let you in something. When I left, I messaged Wayne right away and said, "I left you something." So before he got back, he knew. So whatever thing you could kind of say, he knew.
I just thank everybody because it is true. And again, it goes with what we're going to do. If we can get 100 followers, we're going to go to the Bob Ross barbecue. Who can't be here tonight? He's on special assignment, and we're going to go and barbecue or cook or whatever, as many different ways as we can. Real spam.
Well, I know it's not about shopping right now, but a shout out I need to do is we talked about this podcast that I'm obviously new to as well. But we saw last week and we saw this week at work. It brought back a long time OG in the business, Big John. Yeah. So I don't know if you're probably off, Professor, but a lot of us got to see Big John. We haven't seen, which I couldn't believe was like 2001. So this podcast, small but very mighty.
Yeah, no, it's got long arms eventually somewhere along the line, reaching through the interweb.
Well, we might be able to bring back like some of the OGs from '94. Who knows? You know,
see what can happen. There are a few that have reached out, and we'll see what we can do. I can bring a few in and see what we can do, and we'll have a good time again.
Well, Wayne, you have to, show them the contract.
Yeah, no, check is in the mail. Don't forget that, Dan.
Well, I know. I believe you. And that's, again, about online shopping. I don't always trust the mail. So,
no, exactly.
I think the check will be here. I just think maybe it's a busy time of year.
Yeah, well, it is.
And
with the Christmas card.
And, Dan, I'm glad you brought that up because with what we've been experiencing here in Canada lately, it is a good idea to stick with in-person shopping because the postal service, you never know whether it's going to be working or not, and you might have to wait for that darn package for quite a while until they get back. And that actually happened to us here. My wife had ordered something and waited a very long time to finally get it. So something to be said for in-person shopping.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead, Wayne. Sorry.
No, I was just saying I've been looking for a while, and I've seen it online. One of those the whiskey or beer advent calendars, and like I want to find one local. Like there's the local brewery we got here out in the county, Wolfhead, and again they have the candy cane with the whiskeys in it, but I want the advent. I want to try different ones, and again, like I've seen them online, but I don't know. I just can't put myself through to purchase one. I don't know. I just don't trust it because I get a feeling.
I'm not sure if your wife watches this because I probably wouldn't, but if she did watch it, I did see a hack online that someone kind of built kind of a wood. Diamond to whatever, and they use Pringle cans, right? So on the Pringle can lid, they put, each day, and they put a beer, if you want beer or wine, in that, and built that. So you'd open a Pringles can and you'd get that kind of Advent type of thing there. But a little side note besides that, we didn't even talk about Porch Pirates. So you get excited, you order that shirt, you can't wait to get that shirt. And I don't know whether you have a ring or not, the package is not there. Now you got to call whoever, try to fight to get it back. So that's a whole other painful issue of it.
Yes. Yeah. Like again, like it's like depending on where it's at and where you're located, you can again what you're looking for. You can just drive down, hop on one of the 401 or any of the highways and travel to London, Toronto, wherever you're going, and go pick it up and bring it back. Nice little day trip, depending on what you're looking for. Like, but if you're looking for like what Traminger wants, his Asian underwear, then again, you're going to have to go a little further. You may have to go to Montreal or something. I don't know.
Might be bilingual. Who knows?
Yeah, no, exactly. Alouette.
Or trilingual. Trilingual English, French, and
We're just
Chinese.
Yeah, we're just going to leave that alone. Yeah.
But again, as us old farts sit here
Yes.
and have some new generation people listen to us, I
Yeah.
do think, and I hate to say it, things were better. Things are better back when we were young. But I
Yes.
mean, I do think it's like, I mean, we all remember going into Radio Shack and looking at the new, devices, and
Yep.
you pick it up, and whether it's a little race car thing or whatever it could be. Back in the day, I remember getting a police scanner, all wanting to do what we wanted to do back in the day. And you turn the stations, you listen to stuff, and it's a lot different than reading a review that Chuck in Illinois says that's a great product.
Right.
10 out of 10. It's not the same. It's just better going into a store. I mean, it's the
Absolutely.
employee's working, you pay the same price and you kind of feel good about it.
And again, and there is something to be said about going during this time of the year. Like again, we've been in the establishment that we've worked for 30 years, and we have kind of like I don't know, come not wanting to be around. You're all peopled out at times in this time of year, but there's something to be said about going to a store or mall during this time, and you're going to see like kind of like where you were going earlier, Dan, when you said you get to see the excitement, the kids' faces, like you're showing up, and I don't know if it's a bug zapper or is it a pair of underwear or what it is, like some spice, but you're like a kid all over again. You get to see those kids at well, not all of them, but you get to see some of them, the younger ones at the store or something, like they're seeing that I don't know what's the new toy this year, Professor? Is it still Tickle Me Elmo? I don't know. You would know. I don't know. But it's something to be said about seeing those kids. They're in there. They're like, "Oh, I want this." And again, I'm guilty as charged. You walk through it. Oh, I want that.
Not to mention all the Christmas decorations you see at a mall. I was at Devonshire yesterday with the wife, and that's an experience you can't have online.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, you're absolutely correct.
And I, again, being a little different, I miss going into the running shoe place and putting my foot on that steel, gadget to see like how big my feet are, and then the person helping you. It says my feet is a 7. They give me a 6.5. It doesn't fit. Then they give me a 7.5, and they say it doesn't fit. And then you settle because you love the shoe.
Yeah.
Your shoe doesn't fit you, and then you get blisters. And then when you become 50, you wonder why you have the bunions.
Yes.
I haven't used one of those.
Well, you guys are from Windsor, or the Windsor area. But before the casino, when I was going lawn security, not lawn security, like where get off my lawn, but lawn insecurity, we upheld the law back in the day, right? So I worked at Tecumseh Mall at Sneaky Pete's, if you recall Sneaky Pete's.
Yes.
And when it was the Christmas season, or even this time of year now, it was pretty cool to see, like, with Santa Claus is coming and kids, and just like kind of, I think the professor kind of, mentioned that, like, you just kind of walk in there and it's just the Christmas music's playing, and it's just a whole fun thing to do. And we all enjoyed it, like with our parents going to the malls and doing stuff. So we did it probably with our kids, and eventually we'll do it with our grandkids. And, it's kind of a cool experience.
Yeah, no, it is. Again, to see the look on their faces, and then the memories that they remember, they'll be like, I remember when we seen Santa Claus coming in in the helicopter and he landed in the parking lot. Yeah, no, I remember that. Yeah, and again, and that's where the memories, and like going to online versus the in-store shopping. Yeah, again, it depends on what you're looking for. I agree. If you're looking for that, um, I don't know, the Asian
Underwear.
underwear, size 12 pink, then you're gonna want to order them and have them delivered in a brown paper bag, so that your neighbors don't know.
Yeah.
If you're going for the Brownsman sword or belt, you're gonna want to go and try it on, make sure it fits.
Well, I remember Gunny told me one time that he was kind of embarrassed to go to the store and buy the little blue pills. So he enjoyed online shopping, right? So
Again, yes,
he could get the little blue pills and nobody would know about his issues.
Yes.
So, that's where sometimes things could be, better to shop online. So you don't
exactly,
go to the store and buy that kind of stuff.
So anything you're embarrassed to be seen buying is great for online. I agree.
Yeah, well, of course, it's like I said, it's yeah. I mean, we all, again, Wayne, as you said, like working with people all day long. There's a great thing of like going, I don't want to go to the grocery store. I don't want to go to the mall. I just want to get something. I want to Uber Eats dinner because I don't want to go to the thing. So, that's kind of all cool. I just always kind of afraid that it's going to go the next step over where that's all you'll be able to do.
Yes.
And as me and the professor, kind of down our stuff that me and the professor like, cashless society, and a society where you're not going to the mall and buying it and everything's online. You have to buy online. You're not allowed. And then again, now our whole society changes to the negative where you just want to go and go to the mall or go to the store and buy your stuff.
Yeah. Don't tell me what I can and can't buy.
Correct.
That's unfortunately.
I don't know if it's the same kind of thing shopping, but I know we've all been to the grocery store and watch the kid filling out the paperwork of somebody's like grocery thing, right? The grocery order. So like they'll just pick up a pack of ground beef, could be like half brown, they don't care. A tomato, bananas that are rotten, and they're just throwing it all in there, right? We like to go there as old people, and we like to knock on the watermelon. I don't know what we're supposed to hear. Knock, knock, maybe a hello, squeeze the tomato, all the urban legends. Right, like the bananas, check for this, do all this, like, and just to order online and have your groceries there and go, oh crap, my bananas are bruised, this is that, my meat's only good for one more day. So I always hope that we hold on to the fact that people can do what they want, but still allow people to go grocery shopping and go to the malls. And again, that's jobs too, right? Like that's all jobs that people have.
Well, I mean, you got other things, yes.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. You want to keep the economy going, you got to keep the jobs flowing, and so you got to keep them businesses going.
Yeah. No, for sure, yeah. Bob Ross of Barbecues checking in. He's telling us, cheers, guys. Nice to have him watching. I appreciate that. Yeah.
That's a pretty epic picture of him. Like, who designed that?
I know it wasn't me.
I think maybe he did that with his first couple paychecks. That
he's got a sponsor.
Oh, does he? Okay.
Tram's got to go. He's got to sell some cars or something right now. So he's tuning in and check at you later.
All right.
He's got that UPS package on his front porch of those underwear. So he wants no porch pirates to steal that. So he's out there making sure nobody takes that.
Getting back to the porch fire thing, I seen some videos the other day all about that and how to get rid of them. There's numerous humorous ways of doing it. And this one guy took a dirty litter box that desperately needed cleaning and packaged it in an old Amazon box.
Nice.
Put it out on the porch, and make people think twice about ever coming back.
No, for sure, yeah. No,
well, when you talk about online videos, any of those door cams of whether the package is exploding or whatever, like you want to talk about watching them get addicted. Next, it's like 3 hours later, and you're like, oh man, like I could watch those people, get caught all the time. I mean,
get what they deserve on that one, yeah.
You can make a TV show about it, and people would watch.
Yeah, I mean, we all have our like people who steal are one of my most annoying people, and
Yeah.
again, we all work hard. We all work for the man, and then when someone comes and decides to steal your package that you worked hard to get, and so that's justice, Professor, when something like that happens to them.
Absolutely.
Heather has a good one here. She's buy a new TV and put it in the old TV. Put your old TV in the box and watch it go. Yeah, totally correct there. Yes.
You got a point there. That's a good way to purge your house, get rid of junk.
Yeah.
A side note, I was kind of really happy like half hour ago when she said like, "Oh, I don't know. Tell Wayne I don't know how to comment," and I was like, "Oh, great, good, perfect." And somehow she cracked the system. So
well, I believe she's pretty smart because she stuck out with you, so she figured out how to keep you from bursting out there.
But that reminded me, Wayne, of another thing. I've never really getting ordered. I think there's another process. So, like the professor says, so you order a shirt, you put it on, it doesn't fit. The whole process of returning something. Right?
Yes.
Like that's a whole process too. Getting paid, like getting your money back, and
make up a shipping label. There's a lot of crap to it.
Yeah. But I just remember going with that, like consumer's distributor.
Oh,
when you went in, you filled out the little sheet, gave it to the guy. The guy goes in the back, comes back with your package. You brought it home. All right, it don't fit, or this isn't what I want. You brought it back. No problem. No, there was never any question.
Well, and speaking of dirty pool, so to speak, I remember people like going Canadian Tire, buying a tent, right? Go camping for the weekend and going to Canadian Tire and returning it because Canadian Tire was actually amazing on returns. Like,
I've heard of people doing that.
Yeah, you could literally like barbecue for a family reunion and go back in and say, "Yeah, let's barbecue." It didn't heat up, and Canadian Tire's like, "No problem."
Yeah,
just return that barbecue.
I'm done with it.
Yeah, crazy.
Well, with that being, I think we've reached our limit. We've gone to the 30-minute mark. I'm good with that. If you guys are, what I want to do before we go too far, being that we just had a Remembrance Day, I just want to take a moment and thank all the vets and everybody that served. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. And with it being Movember, Dan, John, let's keep those mustaches going there for Movember. Okay.
All right.
Oh, this bad boy ain't going away.
No, exactly. So with that.
Dude,